What are the best suburbs around the Austin area to live in according to niche.com? Here's a top 10 list. Today what I'm gonna do is show you Tanner Ranch, which is in the number 7 location on this list. I'm gonna go through all 10. I'm gonna give you all 10, the good, bad, the ugly, and then at the end of the video, I'm gonna show you this really cool neighborhood, and you're gonna love it. We'll see you soon. Okay, so let's get started on this list. Number 10 is one that I talk about a lot on this channel. In fact, I think it's one of the areas because of Tesla, because of Samsung, all the growth happening in and around the Austin area. This should, in my opinion, not be number 10. It should actually be higher on the list. But number 10, according to niche.com, is Hutto. So let's see why they say Hutto is number 10. Overall, they gave it an A- for schools. For population, about 30,000 people in Hutto. Now, Hutto is right outside of Austin. It's about a 40-ish, 45-minute drive into the Austin area. So keep that in mind. Now, on here, it actually says that the median price for Hutto is about $280,000. Now, because I do what I do best, I went and pulled up all the information. The median price in Hutto right now is $360,000 based on our MLS. So if you are looking at Hutto, there's a lot of really great neighborhoods. There's a lot of great places. And the schools overall, according to Niche, have them pretty well. As far as public schools, they give it a B, housing a B, crime a B, nightlife a B, good for families an A, diversity an A. So these are all the scorecards that Niche gives. I like using Niche. You tell me, is Niche a good site to use or not a good site to use? What's funny is when I was going through this, Niche had like 19 different things. Best for family, best for living, best for this, or this. So there's actually a lot of different lists on here. In fact, they have cheapest. If you want me to do a list specific to families, if you want me to do a list specific to pricing, drop a comment below and we can do those. All right, let's go to number 9. Now, number 9 is an area that I actually had to look up. I had no idea it was an actual city. Now, this is right outside of San Marcos. It's called Redwood. Now, this is gonna be east of I-35 in San Marcos. So I didn't even know that they considered this area Redwood. So when I pulled my numbers, I looked at actual San Marcos. Now, the old mayor of San Marcos came in the comments one time and said, "Why don't you talk about San Marcos?" And I replied, "Hey, you're the ex-mayor, come on the channel and let's talk about San Marcos." He never replied. So if you know the old mayor of San Marcos and you wanted to come on the YouTube channel and talk about San Marcos more, if you want more information about San Marcos, definitely reach out because I'd love to give you more info about San Marcos. Okay, San Marcos. I got in trouble for saying Marcos versus Marcos. All right, but here we go. They give it a C+ overall. This is what Niche gives it. And as far as home values, they say home prices are $145,000 out in this area. I don't think that that's actually correct. I looked at San Marcos, and San Marcos really is about $350,000 for a median there. But again, this is gonna be probably a little bit more than a 45-minute drive because you gotta drive through Kyle, through Buda, through all the South Austin traffic to get in. And, you know, I don't know, I think it's great. One reason that they rated it so high was actually jobs. They gave jobs an A as a median household income of $69,000 and the national is $75,000. So if you know Redwood, you tell me, should this be number 9 on the list? You know, overall, I'm looking at the schools. You got a lot of B's, you got some C+. So interesting stuff there by Niche. Let's go to number 8 on the list because I think you're gonna like number 8. And oh, by the way, don't forget, I'm standing in number 7 right here, and I don't even think it should be ranked number 7. You tell me, should number 7 on this list be much higher or way off the list? And there's one that I love the most that's not even on this list, which we'll complain about later. I filmed a lot of content in this area because it is one area I was considering moving to. Number 8, this is Lakeway. Now, Lakeway, they gave it overall an A+. Do you think, as far as an Austin suburb, that Lakeway should be higher on this list? You tell me in the comment section, but here's what they gave it. The public schools, they gave an A+. I mean, a lot of people like Lakeway because of that reason. Now, I looked up the actual recent sales, so I'll give you the recent sales on overall, but pricing. But They gave it a B plus for crime. For housing, they gave it a B plus. Nightlife, a B. Good for families, they gave it an A plus. And diversity, they gave it a B. Jobs, an A plus. Health and fitness, an A. Commute is a C plus. So that's why they gave it a lower rank there. Now on niche, they're saying that the median price is $636,000. I can assure you that number is absolutely 100% wrong. Now, I have a listing in the Lakeway area for $575 right now. That is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 2,000 square foot home. We're showing you the B-roll of that right now. Now, the median for Lakeway is $785,000 if you want to be in the Lakeway area. You tell me, should Lakeway be higher up this list, like number 2, 3? In fact, when I did a video a while ago, I think I gave it like a 2 or 3. It was pretty high. So you tell me, should this not be number 8? This is number 8. I keep saying number 7 because I'm so annoyed that we are sitting in number 7 right here, and it's number 7 on the list, which I think should be higher. Let's see number 7. Here we go. Okay, don't forget, I'm going to show you more of this home in this neighborhood at the end of this video, but we are standing in number 7, which is Cedar Park. Now you tell me, should Cedar Park be much higher up this list? Because Niche rated it pretty well, but gave it number 7. Now let's talk about why they gave it, I'd almost say almost a low grade. Do you think Cedar Park should be this low? I think most people when they reach out to me, and by the way, can you believe that I'm standing in Cedar Park? I'm always like in Dripping Springs or somewhere south or South Austin, but we're in Cedar Park today. Here's what they gave Cedar Park. They gave Cedar Park an A plus for overall grade. Public schools, they gave an A plus. Of course, a lot of people moved to Cedar Park for the schools. I mean, we're in a really great neighborhood right now. We're in Tanner Ranch, which we're going to talk more about in a little bit. But look at the good quality of this house. A fantastic quality of this house. So public schools, they gave an A. Housing, a B plus. Good for families, an A plus. Jobs, an A. I mean, all the grades that they gave this is amazing. Now, I like Cedar Park for a lot of reasons. I like the location. I like that they have a Costco here. There's a lot of growth happening in Cedar Park. So there's a lot of amazing things happening in Cedar Park that I think prices have gotten pretty high. And so that's why people maybe don't like it as much as they did. You tell me, do you think the prices are out of control here or not? But they gave, I actually can't believe this. So they actually got pretty close. So they said that the median price for a home right now is $427,000 in Cedar Park. When I pulled up the numbers, it was closer to $428,000. So I feel like they actually nailed this one. So Niche, kudos to you. You finally got it. But look, I think there's just a lot of great amenities and things in Cedar Park to do. I'm going to show you more of this little pocket neighborhood, which is kind of a hidden neighborhood, and what you get in here at the end of the video. So stay tuned for that. Let's go to number 6. Okay, you want number 6. And number 6 is kind of interesting because I don't even, if you would have asked me where this was, I would have said I have no idea. It's right outside of Kyle, Texas. So I really feel like maybe they should have just gone with Kyle, but they went with Uland. How do you spell that, you might ask? U-H-L-A-N-D, Uland. So I didn't even know this. They called this area. Now we've sold some homes in this area, but it's like a couple little homes. So this is far east Austin. It's almost to Lockhart, pretty close to Lockhart. Now there's a lot of growth happening in East Austin, but overall they gave this a B. Why this is on the list, you tell me, but I think I would have gone with Kyle maybe over Uland. That's just me. But public schools, they gave a C plus. Housing, they gave a B plus. Jobs, an A, because obviously you're probably going up and working at Tesla, which is not far up the road. Cost of living, they gave an A minus. So that's maybe why this has got bumped up this list so high. Diversity, an A minus. Commute, a C minus. Interesting. Trying to get to, well, look, trying to get through there to downtown Kyle. Kyle's beautiful. There's a lot of things really happening in Kyle. I would have preferred Kyle on this list. You tell me. They say that median cost of a house, $180,000. No. So Kyle right now is in like the mid 300s. This area out in Uland, I pulled comps and it was about 275. You could find under 300. So if you're looking for homes under 300K, Uland's great, but obviously what they're saying is the commute can be a pain. I don't know. Do you think Uland should have been higher than Cedar Park, higher than Lakeway, higher than Redwood. I mean, we didn't even know where Redwood was, but higher than Hutto? You tell me in the comment section. We're gonna get to number 5, and I'm gonna show you more of this cool community we're in. All right, let's go to number 5. Let's talk about number 5 on this list, and that is, what did you say it was? You said it was Pflugerville, and you would be right. Thank you for that. Okay, so here's what they said about Pflugerville. Pflugerville is one of those areas I think a lot of people have moved to. I know recently a lot of people moved there because if you think about it, you're close to Tesla, you're closer to downtown, you're closer to what's happening, maybe out in Taylor, you're close to the Tech Ridge area. So this has been a very popular area for those reasons. But here's what they have. They gave public schools overall an A. Now, if you look at some of the schools on here, it's kind of a mishmash. There's some schools rated C's, there's some schools rated B's, A's. So it depends on where you live. Falcon Point's a really great neighborhood. I've had clients buy out there. I've sold quite a few homes in Falcon Point. Black Hawk is right there as well. Black Hawk is right there as well. The commute is a B minus. So not as bad as some of the other areas on this list. Outdoor activities, they gave a B. You got Black Hawk is a neighborhood there. And on top of that, they gave jobs an A. Good for families, they gave it an A. Diversity, they gave it an A. Commute, B minus. Outdoor activities, B. Cost of living, B. Now, they said that the median price for a home was $321,000. I can assure you that is wrong because when I looked it up, according to Austin Board of Realtors, it was $389,000. So keep in mind, if you're going to be moving to Pflugerville, still a really good spot. Do you think that maybe Hutto should have been higher on this list, above Pflugerville? You're going to be surprised at what's not on this list. And in the next one, I'm going to tell you why I'm upset one is not on this list. So we'll see at number 4. Oh, shoot, there you are. Sorry about that. All right, let's go to number 4 on this list. Now, it's interesting, when it says suburbs, it didn't actually pull up some of the suburbs. In fact, the next one is actually Austin proper. In fact, the number 1 on this list, which is very close to where we are here, is also still considered Austin. In fact, if you saw one of my reels not too long ago, I talked about the best Austin neighborhoods, and I said Avery Ranch. And people in the comment section, you'd think that I was crazy, but Avery Ranch still is an Austin address. So this one, which is number 4 on this list, is Shady Hollow. Now, I used to live very close to Shady Hollow. I lived in Circle C, and I lived right around the corner from there, like right next to Shady Hollow in the past. Great area to live, South Austin. You get that South Austin vibe. It feels really good down there. I love it. It's one of my favorite places. Very oaky, shady, but a little bit older homes, not as new. Now, the very south end of Shady Hollow, you do get some newer homes. But here's what they said. Overall public schools, A. Okay. Good for families, A+. Jobs, A+. Health and fitness, A-. Outdoor activities, B. Commute, a C+. Now, this is what I don't get about the commute there, C+. Because you're really close to Mopac to get to downtown. You're looking at 25 minutes, depending on, because you got to drive slow. You got to do like 25 miles an hour through Shady Hollow. But they have 550 as a median for homes in this area. I don't necessarily agree with that. You could probably find a home for 550 in there, but it's gonna be older. It's gonna be an 80s home. That's gonna probably need some updating. Realistically, if you're gonna be in Shady Hollow, you're more in the 700 price point. So, there you go. That's what I'm looking at when I look at this. So a couple that are not, hold on. Are you excited that I'm showing you a cool house and I'm gonna give you more information about this neighborhood at the end of the video? If you are, in the comment section, give me a thumbs up. And we're gonna get to number 3, where I also complain about something that should be on this list that's not. See you there. I love that we are sitting in, which is number 7, Cedar Park. And you just came from behind a cedar tree, which is pretty amazing. I do love Cedar Park, I'm a big fan of it. What you may be a big fan of is number 3 on this list. And number 3 on this list is Lago Vista. Lago or Laga, you tell me, Lago Vista. Now, I've actually had some clients buy in here recently. What I really find, and you tell me what you like or dislike about Lago Vista, I think the drive-in can be a challenge, But you know what I do like about it are some of the views you get. We have a client who's under contract on a home in Lago Vista with killer views, more Jonestown, but just absolutely great. Now, niche.com had this as number 3. Do you think Lago Vista should be number 3? And so far on this list, what's not on here is Dripping Springs. I'm kind of happy. Maybe you don't come live out near me, but Dripping Springs is amazing. I love Dripping Springs. Schools, location, what you get out there. That's just me. But here's what they give for schools for Lago Vista, an A-. Housing, they give a B+. Families, B+. Jobs, A. Health and fitness, A-. Outdoor activities, a C+. And then commute, a C. I think for me, the commute is the biggest thing, but I really do like this area. Now, in Lago Vista, you gotta be careful because there's not a whole lot of stuff out there right now. It is growing. You got Liberty Hill, which is growing and putting a lot of stuff out there. You're still not too far from Costco coming into where we are here in Cedar Park, because there's a Costco in Cedar Park. So what do you think? Lago Vista, number 3 on this list. So far, we got 2 more on this list. What has not been on this list that you think should be on this list? You drop a comment below and let me know. We're gonna get to number 1, which is very close to where we're standing right here. Let's go. You're probably not gonna be surprised at number 2 on this list, but number 2 on this list is Leander. Now, you're not surprised by that because Leander has been growing like crazy and is one of those suburbs around Austin that people ask me a lot about. Just like number 7, where we're standing right here, which is beyond me that Cedar Park is so low on this list. But Leander, why do people move to Leander? Number 1, Leander schools are typically rated pretty well, right? So overall public schools, they gave an A on this. They gave good for families an A+. They gave diversity an A. They gave jobs an A. They gave commute a C-, which I would say that's the tough thing maybe, because where we're standing right here, this is a really cool neighborhood, Tanner Ranch, which we're going to show you more in a second. But this is really not a very far jog to Leander. In Leander, they actually have the, the hockey rink there too, and lacrosse, all that fun stuff. So all that stuff's right here. So there's a lot to do in the Leander area. Plus, if you're a fan of golf, they have a golf course out there. If you're in Crystal Falls has some amazing views in Crystal Falls. I'm a big fan of Leander. If I had to move north, would I move to Leander or would I move to number 1 on this list? That is the question, because number 1 on this list is pretty spectacular. But you tell me, so far of this list, we're headed to number 1. We've gone through this list. What should be higher? I noticed we didn't talk about Round Rock on this list. Where else did we didn't talk about Buda on this list. We didn't talk about Bastrop, Manor. Who else didn't we talk about? Bee Cave. So there's a lot that's not been on this list so far that could have been on this list. So let's get to number 1. Oh yeah, and I should tell you that in Leander, the median price was $412,000. It's actually a little bit higher, and that's about $480,000 for the Leander area to buy a home. So what do you think? Should Leander still be number 2 on this list? In fact, I don't remember the video we did too long ago, but I think I had Leander rated pretty high. So let's get to number 1. You know, the number 1 on this list reminds me actually of this photo. They really nicely timed. Number 1, well, I gotta tell you, this house that we're in by Ash Creek Homes is actually pretty nice. I really do like the quality. We're gonna talk about that in a second. And we're gonna walk through this home a little bit and talk about some of the things they do. But Brushy Creek is number 1. So just like this, which is nice and calm and beautiful, Brushy Creek. Now, Brushy Creek still is an Austin address. Okay, it is. But Brushy Creek is really cool because you have the Brushy Creek Greenbelt. You get some homes on the Greenbelt. You have really great community overall. Location is still pretty great. In fact, location was only a B- on here, so that's a step up. So do you think Brushy Creek, which is still kind of in Austin, not necessarily a suburb, but just on the fringe, should be number 1? I'm actually not mad at it. I'm really not. You tell me. But overall, they gave it an A+. They gave it an A+ for schools. In fact, the schools are rated really well, though. So that's why people are looking to that area, Avery Ranch, because those schools go between the Round Rock ISD and the Leander ISD, and both of those where they lap over have got really great rated schools. Housing is an A-. Good for families an A+. Jobs an A. Health and fitness an A. Outdoor activities, I don't know why this is a B+, but I feel like it's a really, really cool area to live. And there's a lot to do with the creeks and everything and all the outdoor activities you can do. We talk about activities here. So they gave this an A+. They have a median price for $411,000. That's going to be hard to do. Reality, the median for this area is closer to the 700 range. Now, there are homes available in that price point under 500. They're going to be older homes that are going to need some renovations and some fixes. Now, like this home right here, this neighborhood is in the 600s, 500, high 500s to 700s. This is a lock and leave community, which we're going to show you more in just one second. So this is something you might be able to get more in Brushy Creek, some of that newer stuff, but I've seen homes in the $1 million price range in Brushy Creek. What do you think about this list so far? Let's take a quick tour of this home and community. All right, this is a good spot to actually talk about this neighborhood. I'm just gonna go ahead and do it in the bathroom because might as well learn about the neighborhood and everything from the bathroom. So this is Ash Creek Homes. This is a Tanner Ranch community. What's great about this is only about 30 homes in the neighborhood. So it's gonna be a really, really small neighborhood. So Ash Creek is the builder. Ash Creek's a smaller developer, so they only develop a few little small neighborhoods at a time. So this is a cool little spot right here. It's kind of cool because it's literally just makes a big circle, this neighborhood. Two of the homes in here actually were existing homes that the builder just came in and remodeled. You have a lot of these like farmhouse feels. Now, the HOA is $120 a month. Okay, but it's a lock and leave community. So that includes all the maintenance of your yard. You don't have to do anything. So Jeremy, what are prices in this neighborhood? Well, everything in this neighborhood is gonna be a 3-bedroom, 2-bath or a 3-bedroom, 3-bath. So let me run you through this. So you have one closing right now that is available at $614,000 for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath with an office. Every one of these has an office. Now, you have another one closing at $549. It's ready to go. 3-bed, 2-bath with an office. This is 2008 quiet, stable circle. So a lot of these homes are right in that 1,800-ish square foot. This would, if these prices were in the 400s, I'd be buying these homes and renting them out like crazy because I think it's a really cool location where we are. It's not far from Costco. It's not far from a lot of things. They have a few others. They have a 3-bedroom, 3-bath with an office. It's $757. They have 3-bedroom, 2-bath, $670. So they have quite a few different. In fact, they have the Allen, they have the Farmhouse, the Martin, the Daisy. So these are all custom specifically to this neighborhood. Now they're all going to have little see-through backyards, but that's because they want people to be able to come out and mow them for you. What do you think about this cool little neighborhood? Thanks for sticking around on this video. It's crazy to me that I'm going to be doing an outro in a bathroom, but why not? We do all sorts of fun stuff on this channel. There you go. Oh yeah, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. See you next video.